Okay, so I'm sure by now most people have heard that Poppy responded to the lawsuit that Mars filed against her and Titanic. So I was going to read it for this video just in full, but I started to kind of go through everything line by line. At the end of the day, I feel like there's a really specific point that I want to make in this video, so I don't want to go through everything, but just to give you a rundown of what did happen. This morning, very early, Poppy posted her statement. The statement essentially broke down to Mars is lying about everything and that Poppy was the real victim in the situation. So, yeah. Then she later posts two pieces of evidence. She shows a photo that includes her and Titanic's request for restraining orders against a man named Josh, who Poppy claims that Mars is working with. And she also then later showed a video, a security cam footage of allegedly Josh attacking Titanic. So that's where we're at. And I should mention the restraining order that Titanic filed was denied, and the restraining order that Poppy filed was dismissed. And Josh did post basically saying I had my day in court and all of that. So that doesn't necessarily mean that anybody's lying about abuse. It doesn't mean that Poppy's lying. What it does mean is that the courts either didn't see enough evidence or they found there to be a circumstance in which it would be inappropriate to file such an order. So the main point of Poppy's statement then at that point seemed to be, I'm the real victim. It's really unfortunate to see a woman come out with her domestic violence story only to, in the same breath, call another woman a liar for coming out with her domestic violence story. I absolutely understand that Poppy was included in the lawsuit and that the lawsuit did include the domestic violence claims, but to me it's tremendously inappropriate for her to be using her experience in this way where she is placing her experience up against another woman's experience and making it seem like it's either you believe me or you believe her. That is just awful. It's an awful thing to do. Does that mean that I think she's lying? No, but it does mean that I think that that's really horrible behavior from her or whoever it is that she's allowing to speak for her if that's the case. You know, a lot of times these statements are written by lawyers. We know from the Mars Argo lawsuit that there are allegations that Titanic likes to write statements for his female partners. This has always been a really bad situation, but the way this is now, it's just multiplied. You know, when I was doing my video, everyone was doing the Is Poppy Guilty videos, and I thought I'd give my 2 cents on that a while back. And in that video, I talked about somebody that I knew who essentially the person she was with would always turn the abuse claims onto their exes. And this person had been convicted of domestic violence from 3 separate people. And he would tell my friend that those people were the true abusers. And so I've seen this kind of behavior before, and I've even seen an abuser's new girlfriend use this behavior. My friend used this behavior and spoke this way to me about her boyfriend at the time, you know? It's just not super uncommon. Something else that I wanted to note is that a lot of times, and I won't talk about my experiences a whole lot on this channel, but I will say that for me, it only got noticeably abusive when I tried to leave. I thought he was mean to me. I didn't think he was abusive. But when I tried to leave, his behaviors became extremely scary. And it's entirely possible that this is a combination of situations where you've got Poppy deciding that She wants to believe everything her new boyfriend says, especially if she sees him as the person who saved her from her abusive ex, you know? I can see that being a situation, you know, and where Titanic is treating her super well and will only ever treat her awfully if she tries to leave. Like, I could see that being a situation. But no matter what the situation is, you don't put your domestic violence experience up against another woman's and then imply that you can only believe one or the other. That is inappropriate. I am shocked to see this behavior from somebody who in her own statement uses phrases like, "It's shameful that Miss Sheets would try and exploit another female artist." Yeah. Okay, Poppy. Anyways, I do wish everybody all the best in this situation. I'm really sad that anybody may have been abused in any of these situations. I think that really sucks. And it's really hard to be in a situation like that. And it's really hard to get back your self-worth after those situations. And it's even harder to feel good about yourself when people don't believe you. And I guess Poppy should know that. So I guess now that Poppy has decided to put this in this way, the best thing that we can hope for on this specific topic of this specific situation is we can hope that Mars will not speak on Poppy's domestic violence experiences and will let the accused speak for himself, which is the least that Poppy could have done, being somebody who has had an experience like this and who has not been believed for her experience in a court of law. It's honestly shameful. It's shameful.